So, let the science begin. As you know from the last video, I've been having problems with the coaches derailing, or one of them appears to be particularly derailing and others not coupling very well. So I've marked a couple up with blue and whitey grey spots and the other two up with green and red, and we're now going to try some experiments to see how the coaches perform around the railway, both singly and in multiple. So for the first test I've parked up the red, blue and whitey grey, and in the station we have the green with the class 20 ready, and so we're going to start that one off and we'll follow it round and see. This could be extremely boring if everything works perfectly, so I will cut out the ones which don't work well. Or go well, actually, should I say, because it's only really the issues I'm interested in. So we've got the class 20 and we have got the green coach with the green sticker trailing. Okay, off we go. I'm going to set it up to about 40 on the Digitrax controller. So there she goes. So far, so good. So far we've got down into the fiddle sidings underneath. Let's just turn the lights on for those. Okay, and round we go. Oops. And we're now waiting for it to emerge out from underneath the terminus. So far so good, the green coach is still on the track, no problems. We're now coming round to the hidden reverse curve, and this is the area where we've been having problems. And I can hear a derailment. Okay, so the green coach has derailed. Let's have a look and see what has come off. Okay, so looking in underneath, it appears to be the trailing axle of the leading bogie. That's the trailing axle, leading bogie of the green coach. I'll put it back on and we'll start her up again. So it should be coming round shortly. Through the storage sidings. So this is with the green spot trailing on the coach. We will try it again with the class 20 with it in the opposite formation, so the green spot leading. We'll see whether that goes round okay. That might give us a clue as to what the problem might be. Okay, so that's the end of our first test run. Aha, we have had a uncoupling at the bottom of the bank. That coach has come uncoupled. We'll need to have a look at that. So I'll bring the Loco back and we can have a look and see why it might have uncoupled at that particular location. Okay, so I'm going to take the phone and move it over there. Okay, so in fact what we have is a derailment of the leading bogie. Obviously that's come off. It's a piece of reasonably plain track. It's a pretty straight gradient. What I have noticed occasionally is the couplings, particularly hook and eye couplings, sometimes get swapped over. So what we will do is move the class 20, sort out the coach, couple up. Sorry about the camera work there. Well, okay, so the class 20 in the green coach is on its way. We'll see what we see as it comes under the bridge. And of course this time it worked perfectly. One thing I've just noticed, I don't know whether you can see that, but the hook and eye couplings have actually got swapped over. So they're not the correct way round, and we need to sort that out. Okay, so that's a little bit better. We'll try them with them the right way round and then see what happens when it gets to the bottom of the hill. Okay, so the class 20 is now leaving the middle station. It'll be coming into view on the top bridge in a second. So far so good. And again it is uncoupled just on that curve there, so I need to look at that. Okay, well we're in as close as I can get easily with the phone, and the class 20 is just off to the right, and we're looking to see whether we can see if the decoupling is occurring at a particular location. Just going through at a low speed now. I could certainly see some issues with the couplers not flexing enough and the Loco coupler trying to push the coach coupling off the track. And so now we're going to try running the train round and see what happens on the reverse curve. Listen out for the derailment. And yes, we hear it there. And in underneath, I think we can see that the front bogie is completely derailed. First axle and second axle. So we need to have a look at that reverse curve, which is going to be a nuisance because it's right underneath the board. So here I am underneath the board, a bit echoey. Train's just coming round, and I think this is the area where it may well derail. We will see. Yep, there we go. So back to the green coach, and just thought we'd try another experiment using the class 37 just to see whether it was something to do with the way the Loco coupled to the coach. So we're going to try running the class 37 round the layout with the green coach with the green end leading. So after a false start with the class 37, obviously not liking not having been run for a while and making graunchy noises, seems to now be working, so we'll see what happens when we run it round. think it was just a lack of use that left it a little bit stiff. Know that feeling, don't you? Obviously it needs a good run in because it's a bit jerky, but hopefully once it's had a couple of runs round it'll be feeling a little bit better. So we got through that point, we didn't uncouple, which is good news. So far so good, no derailments. Okay, so now coming round to the reverse curve. And that was a success, so do wonder whether we have got some issue with the coupling on the class 20. Just take it all the way back. It's running around, I need to just set the points. Oh, there we go. We have a derailment and an uncoupling. So the back bogie has derailed. It looks like both bogies have derailed, coming over the vertical curve up by the windmill. So we'll investigate that on the next run. Just a quick test to see. I'll just sort of push it back and run it down. And as you can see, the coupling on this coach appears to be stuck, not in line with the bogie. So just going to see. Yeah, it's definitely jammed or something. It's springing all the way across to the right rather than sitting central, unlike the other end, which sort of bit, yeah. So it's, need to have a little look at the underside of that coach.